Since the birth of civilization, we've belonged to social groups. And once we're in a group, we'll do virtually anything to avoid getting rejected. In the past, rejection meant social isolation and the increased threat of predators and death. As we've evolved, this fear of rejection has stuck with us. And when it's time to do a speech or presentation, that fear of rejection is very real. We're isolated against the group. But what if you could hook your audience into your presentation and clear your anxiety at the same time? In this video, I'm going to give you 11 hacks to hook your audience and calm your nerves simply by doing what you already know how to do. Hack number 1 is get up close and personal. The number one thing with the potential to derail your presentation is not what you'd expect. It's not the slides, the equipment, or forgetting your lines. It's having an in-depth understanding of your topic. Imagine this. You've been handed a presentation to deliver and you have to make this work. You don't have much time, so you get a basic understanding of the content and you bang out some slides. How do you think that presentation's going to go? Exactly. Save a miracle, your presentation is going to be a steaming pile of, because you don't have a good understanding of the topic, you don't know it in depth, and the audience is definitely going to notice. If you have preparation time for only one thing, make it this. Get a deep understanding of your topic. With a deep understanding of your topic, you don't need slides. You don't need cue cards. You don't need to memorize a script. And when you have a deep understanding of your topic, you naturally become more confident on stage. Hack number 2 is create an outline. Structure is important. It's important for you and it's important for your audience. Without structure, your audience will struggle to understand your delivery. Even once you have a deep understanding of your topic, your thoughts around it might still be quite jumbled. So it's time to add some structure, but not in a scripty and memorize-y kind of way. Sit down with a blank sheet of paper and think about what outcome you want from your presentation. Once you know what outcome you want, the rest of the presentation is easy. Next, pick the top 3 points the audience needs to understand to drive them towards the outcome. Memorize these 3 points as keywords. Now all you need to do to confidently deliver your presentation is talk about these 3 points while keeping your outcome in mind. Hack number 3 is practice more than you plan. Over-planning can kill your presentation. It can kill your delivery because it can make you look stiff and unnatural when you eventually stand in front of the audience and deliver your real presentation. More practice is better than more planning. Create a basic outline for your presentation as in hack 2 and then spend the rest of your time practicing. The more you practice, the closer you'll feel to the topic. The more natural your delivery will sound and the more credible you'll look on stage. To improve your delivery even more, record one of your practice sessions and review it afterwards. When you review the video, pick a couple of problem areas, 1 or 2, and focus on improving on those the next time you practice. Hack number 4 is the first 2 seconds matter. The first 2 seconds are the most important part of your presentation. The first 2 seconds is where the audience is making a decision. They're making an immediate decision about whether your presentation is one they are going to listen to or not. Will your presentation be interesting? Will your topic be delivered in a way that they want to pay attention? Will your presentation just be some of the tired old stuff they've seen before? Slide upon slide of bullet points read to the audience in a dull voice, and the audience makes this decision in the first 1 or 2 seconds. And the important thing to remember is in the first 2 seconds, to engage your audience, you don't need to be super confident and you don't need to be showing any slides. You just need to capture the audience's attention. And you can capture the audience's attention by doing these things. Don't turn the slides on. Start by asking the audience a question related to the topic of your presentation. Start talking and asking that question as you stand up and you're walking to the center of the stage or the middle of the room. Wait for a response from the audience and relate that response to your presentation. In a couple of seconds, what you've done here is this. Engaged your audience, interacted with your audience, and made your audience feel like your presentation will be something different and interesting. Hack number 5 is ditch the fancy slides and think about impact. Don't spend hours upon hours designing slides. Don't waste money buying some business PowerPoint template from a website. It's a waste of time and a waste of money. And there are 2 specific reasons for this. Attractive PowerPoint slides are not going to save your presentation. When you spend a long time creating slides, you end up trying to shoehorn your presentation delivery into a format that follows the slides, which makes delivery stilted and unengaging. The only thing that can make your presentation better is the way you deliver it. If you can't get the delivery right, there is nothing your slides can do. Rather than wasting time with PowerPoint and designing perfect slides, spend your time with hacks 1 through 4. Focus less on your slide preparation and think about impact. And here's how to think about impact. You are the presenter, and therefore you should be the focus of the presentation, not your slides. The slides should always be there as your support, as your sidekick. The slides should never take the focus off you. The slides should emphasize the points in your speech. You shouldn't be emphasizing the points in your slides. Hack number 6 is cut your slides. As part of designing and reviewing your slides, think about this. When you're in the audience of a presentation, what do you hate most about the presenter's slides? Is it the stupid bullet points the presenter just reads to you? Is it the headlines on each slide stating the obvious, like chart, which the presenter is perfectly capable of enunciating themselves? Or is it that final slide doing the work of the presenter that says, "Thank you for your time, do you have any questions?" All of these things and many more are unnecessary. Consider this. If you have enough information in your slides that the audience can understand the presentation without you, then emailing your slides is a more efficient option than corralling hordes of hostages into an auditorium to listen to you read those slides. Think about all the excess in your slides and cut. Hack number 7 is discuss. A surefire way to help you relax in the lead up to and during your presentation is to see your presentation delivery as a discussion with the audience. A discussion is two-way. A traditional presentation or lecture is one way. And when a presentation is one way, it puts a lot of pressure on the presenter. You're under pressure to remember everything, keep the audience interested, not make any mistakes, operate the equipment seamlessly, and on and on and on. Turn your presentation into a discussion by simply talking with your audience. Interact with them, ask them questions. You'll find the audience is more engaged and you are under much less pressure. Hack number 8 is one line, one question. Don't try to memorize a script. Instead, use the practice hacks that I've already mentioned. And when you think about memorization, there are only 2 things that you need to memorize: your first line and your first question. After asking that first question, you've just given yourself a few seconds to relax as the audience thinks about their response. Here's an example of the first line and first question of a speech. We'll use an example of introducing a new computer system into the office. My first experience with crappy system version 2 was 4 hours of downtime while I was rushing and stressing to get my monthly reports done. What's your experience with crappy system 2? Hack number 9 is empathize. If you want your audience to listen to you, empathy is key. The audience will be more likely to pay attention and listen to what you're saying if you show you understand them, if you show you share their pain. Take, for example, the crappy system example I used in hack number 8. After asking about their experiences with crappy system 2, the audience might share their stories with you. This is your opportunity to empathize with their struggle. Give them feedback and tell them that you understand how frustrating their experiences must have been. Ask them follow-up questions to show that you're actually understanding and concerned. When you empathize with the audience, they feel more connected with you. And showing this kind of empathy makes it easier for you to introduce a new idea or a new concept that the audience may otherwise have been resistant to. Hack number 10 is end on action. A key frustration audiences have with business or school presentations is not understanding why they need to be there. And many presentations are information only, which means there is no action required by the audience. To avoid frustrating your audience, make sure you let them know up front if their action is going to be required and signpost it throughout. If you do need the audience to take action after your presentation, for example, fill out a survey or log into a new system, make sure you state explicitly what the action is you want them to take. Hack number 11 is quick questions. You're at the end of your speech and you have to take questions and then you're done. This is the reactive part of your presentation, so you start to relax a little bit. After a few minutes, it seems the audience is getting frustrated with you and starting to ask more and more complicated questions. You probably relaxed into rambling answers. This is a common problem when you finish your presentation. You go from a structured approach, your speech, to an unstructured approach, reactive question handling. And your rambling answers can kill your presentation. So when it comes to presentations, it's important to keep your answers short and simple. Because when you ramble an answer, you give the audience a chance to pick more and more holes in that answer and to formulate new questions. So if you can answer in a few words, do it. And if you want more public speaking and presentation skills advice, check out the video that's on the screen right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.